We take part in the Michigan DNR Salmon in the Classroom. The Michigan DNR has been capturing salmon eggs from the mothers in October up near Crystal Lake by the Betsy River, and then they take them to Mattawan and disperse them to teachers. I'm one of 250 teachers in the state of Michigan, and then allow the teachers to grow the salmon in the classroom for the school year. And so we have a tank in here that simulates an ecosystem, and we get the salmon when they're very, very tiny at the eyed egg stage.
So when they came to us, they were little eggs. There were about 150 eggs, and they were all sort of like a pinkish salmon color.
And throughout the year, as you see, they're no longer eggs. They get out of their eggs slowly, and they become par, and now they're smolt. So at this stage, they start to look more like a salmon. In middle school, students look at ecosystems, and they look at the life cycle of different species, and so we're able to mimic that in our classroom with the salmon in the classroom. We look at water quality. Salmon require a lot of fresh water, and so we're constantly monitoring, one, what's the pH look like? Is there too much ammonia? Students help with the feeding, so they are measuring out how much food is needed.
My job is to feed the fish every day. I like feeding the fish because it gives me a sense of responsibility, and I like seeing them sort of circle and be all happy when I feed them. It makes me feel like I'm important and like they're relying on me, and I like that feeling.
Students help with the release of the salmon, so they actually go to a local river, and we're going to release the salmon out to the wild so that they can make their way to the Great Lakes.
So today we are releasing the salmon that we've been raising for the most part of the year and putting them into the river so that they can grow up and come back and keep the cycle going.
We'd adapt them to the lake water so it doesn't shock them and injure them, because they wouldn't be used to the temperature, so it would really hurt them.
This river is going to actually go to Lake Huron. That is one of the requirements of the salmon in the classroom, that we're releasing them where they can get to one of the Great Lakes for their chance of survival.
It's kind of exciting because this is the whole point of raising them, but it's also kind of sad because they're not going to be in our classroom, and the whir of the filter, and it's really it's kind of sad, but it's also really exciting because they're gonna go and do what they're supposed to be doing.
I feel happy for them that they're able to live in their natural place, and I think it was a good idea to have this experiment. I might consider getting a fish now because of this experiment, because the experience was fun and I would like to recreate it at my house.
So the students can continue looking at our watersheds, making really good choices about what they're putting into their garbage, what they're putting on the side of the roads, even within our school, what are we doing with our playground, because essentially all water goes back to one place. And so students can continue to be citizens, stewards of the environment, and continue to have curiosities about what's going on outside of the classroom and the larger scale of Michigan.